What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode on our Surviving Java series. Yep, we're back here in our Minecraft world, and last episode we were working on our sort of living quarters, and then that was the episode before. We was working on the war room, which is over here. I've not actually made any more changes to it as of yet. I'm fairly sure as we progress with different projects and we start taking screenshots of our new projects such as this, we can start filling out the walls with more artwork. I'm waiting to get some more bats heads before I add our other two minions, should we say. And I'm quite happy with the way it's turned out. So we've got our bedroom back here. So if we do one of these, got a nice bedroom back here with our paintings. I actually really like this room now. It's I especially like the lighting in the corners behind the glass. Sort of very modern-esque sort of feel with our sort of focus wall, or what is it, an accent wall I think it's called, behind our bed. Got our little shrubs as well. But today, instead of working on mainly cosmetic stuff, we're going to be working on a farm. Now you can probably see already I've removed one of our beacon beams, and that is because there's another area that I actually want to clear out and start working on. If we get in the right direction, which is over this way where our beacon beam is shining, what I want to actually work on is a farm design over this side, which is going to be a spider and creeper farm. Now the actual concept behind the farm itself is pretty bog standard as far as hostile. I need to get out of fly mode because otherwise I'm going to sort of whiz and dot all over the place, and we definitely don't want to be recording in the rain. So let's sleep this night away and awake. So yeah, there is a basic concept between normal hostile mob farms with the sort of water dispensing activated by the sort of water flow from above using observers above dispensers. So a very simple concept, and it can be used for a standard all type mob farm. Am I drowning? Yeah, I forgot I haven't got a conduit over this end. But what we're going to be doing is utilising it for creepers and spiders. We're going to be having trapdoors on each layer. So the actual farm design itself is very, very bog standard. But the way that I want to implement it down below is I actually want to sort of filter out the creepers from the spiders. And then, how is it? Oh, that's why. I'm wondering how come I'm drowning so quick. And it's because I haven't got either of my helmets on. Let me put this one back on now. Should get an extra 10 seconds of breathing time as long as we get some air, eat some food so we don't die from drowning. Yeah, so I actually want to filter the spiders from the creepers, and then just in order so that way if we want to use the creepers for another sort of side project such as charge creepers or a sort of music disc farm even, I want to be able to have that option rather than having the spiders and the creepers being killed off in one go. And the way that we're going to be doing it is a sort of circular pattern, and I've already laid out one layer of glass at the moment. What I actually want to do is bring the glass up to the surface and then clear out all of the water from this section, dig this circle all the way down to bedrock level, so then we've got maximum room for our farm, which is going to take quite a bit of time. So I've got quite a lot to go ahead with, and then when I get down to the bottom and I'm ready to start laying the sort of sorting system between the spiders and the creepers, I'll definitely bring you back for that bit. But for now, I'm going to crack on. Now, obviously, I would love to be able to do a time lapse, but once again, replay mod has not been updated to 1.15. So I'm tempted to very soon, I think after this project, I may actually just look into getting a second account and whack it up on my different monitor to record it. Because I could record a time lapse in first person, but it doesn't come out quite nice because the screen just ends up going really, really quickly, like side to side as you're mining and laying blocks, and you can't really see much. It's just really disorientating doing a first person time lapse. So I do apologise for that, but we will be doing regular updates on my progress. But clearing out water and digging down to bedrock is not the most riveting viewing, so I'll catch you back after I've done all of that. Alright then, guys, so many hours later, it's actually much later in the day for me after having getting this done. Yeah, clearing out the water took a bit of time. I sort of separated it with lines of sand, section it off, then I used the sponges that we got from the ocean monument to sort of clear out the water, and then digging it down, although we had the Haze 2 beacon. I ran into a mine shaft and then a massive cave system, but I've lit up quite a lot of it. I went for about 4 stacks of torches lighting it up, and hopefully that should help us having to light it up later on, because obviously we're going to have to light up all of the caves in here. I'm looking for my glass. Where are you, glass? You. There we go. I knew that I coloured the box for some reason. So we want to get a bunch of this. Yeah, so hopefully lighting up some of the caves would have helped us along later on. As you can see, I've literally just finished tidying as well, clearing it all out. And it's down to bedrock level, so then we've got enough room to work with. And trying to think of where we want the platform first of all to start. So we're going to want enough room underneath in order to do the spider and creeper sorting system. So let's say we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I'd say 10 blocks underneath should give us more than enough room. And what I want to do is sort of lay an entire layer of glass down, and then I'm going to bring the water down so then I can see exactly the center point of where it's going to wash the mobs down to. So let me get this laid and I'll catch you back in a sec. Alright, so we've got that all laid down. It's looking pretty nice, and what I'm hoping for is that when we take down the top layer of glass, we just about make it up, then the water should sort of cascade down into there, and I'm hoping for at least a 2x2 sort of center, maybe a 3x3 I think it should be. But is this a silk touch one? Yeah, because we actually want to get the glass back. Hoping that this goes alright. So either that or the entire thing's just going to fill back out with water. Okay, so we've got the water all going in now, and let's see what we're left with. That is peculiar. Oh, I think it's just sort of catching up now. That's a perfect square. I think it's going to be a 5, is it 5x5? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5x5, and wow, have we got mob central underneath there. At least we know that lighting up the caves elsewhere is sort of doing the trick, considering that we've got torches down there and there's not that many spawning spots. So yeah, guess torch has done the trick, and now we've got the nice little waterfall sort of feature coming down the inside, and this way we can build our platforms in the center, and then when all the mobs get washed out, they'll just get washed straight down here and into this center 5 cube here. Then what we want to do is try our best not to die down here to begin with. I'm gonna have to deal with all of these mobs. Ouch. So get our bow handy. Oh, come on. Come on, guy. Yeah, got you. Should we just risk it? Rid of you. Rid of you. Get rid of you. Out. And you. There we go. Happy days. Get our glass back. I'm gonna have to break this bit of glass as well. It's very misleading, this line. Yeah, that's right, there we go. Excuse me. A good thing about this beacon is sort of set me up so I know exactly where the centre point is. Is there still a skelly here? Or is that just an arrow that was in the glass as I broke it? Happy days. I think we are actually going to end up having to pick up this beacon in a moment. And I've got no torches on me. Fantastic. Ooh. Okay, just to make sure. You grab some torches. Thank you. So we're going to want the glass on us, but this box is going to be left empty soon because we're going to be using quite a bit of glass. Let's keep some of you on us and some of you. We're also going to need to get some more supplies. Right, so we've cleared out the beacon and we've got this hole here to play with, which sounds so wrong after saying it. What we want to do is create another sort of water tray underneath here. So, yeah, we've already had a squid die down here, so we've got some ink over there. Another one's on its way down, so we may have to take that into consideration. What we want to do is get our glass on hand. It's our centre point, I do believe. We do that and bring this down. And do one of these. Happy days there. That was probably a bad choice on my part. And this way we just got to make sure that the spiders have no option but to actually go with the flow of the water. So otherwise we just end up issues with the spiders clogging up the sorting system. Not even the sorting system, but the sort of mob sorter that we're going to be putting in place. And the only way of stopping them from climbing is either water streams to ensure that there's no way of them getting out of the water streams, and also by upside down stairs seems to do the trick quite well, which I've learnt. Okay, so got a 2 high gap here, which is big enough for the creepers. The only thing I'm worried about is with the water flow, the creepers may be like bobbing up and down, so they may just get stuck here. We may want to lower this down by 1. Yeah, let me do that. Okay, so the idea behind this is we're going to have water streams coming down here, and then at the end here we are going to have some signs come in. Yep, apparently E. Going along here, is that correct? Yeah, it is. And we're also going to want signs. Actually, we don't need the signs down there, do we? No. So we don't need these signs, they can all break. What we do want is signs coming along here. Okay, that's fine. Good. Now we're definitely going to want glass blocking that escape route. And then we're going to want some signs also coming along here. You know, I really don't like it all balancing off of that one. I know it's just sake of symmetry, but otherwise it'll bug me. I think that one might be over what we actually want. Yep. Oh, that's about the 9th time I've done that now, and I've got to be really careful because this is my last pick. All my other ones need repairing. Can we get back up here, please? Thank you. Okay. Okay, so we can't place any more on there. You want this one going just like so. And then this one is going to be our drop tube for our creepers. And then this is where we want our spiders to fall. So I've had to clear out another little area where we're going to kill off the spiders. And then for now we're just going to be dropping the creepers down a tube to die on a separate magma block. And then should we want to move them around so they're better for like a storage situation, because we're going to have to move them higher to get a decent enough storage system for it. Because I'm hoping that it's going to be kicking out at least a half reasonable amount. But we've got to make sure that the spiders can't get out to escape anywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of cap this all off over this side as well, so the spiders can go up these little edges and just drop back down into the streams. So once I've got the water streams in and everything all nicely done down here, I'll bring you back. Alright then guys, a good few hours later yet again, and I've been making progress on the kill chambers. Now that should be on silent, but never mind. The kill chamber for the creepers isn't like a permanent fixture, it's just a temporary one for now. So what I've got here is basically the sort of mob sorter. Lets the spiders come down into this section, and then I've got water cascading down each of the walls to avoid the spiders from climbing and getting onto the ceiling. And we've got this lip with the ice in a little circle within the room itself to stop the spiders from actually getting up there whatsoever. So that should deal with the spiders, hopefully, fingers crossed. It took quite some time sorting out the water streams and that. And then this is just obviously temporary storage for it. We've got 4 mine carts underneath the 4 magma blocks, just to ensure that all of the drops get picked up regardless of where they fall in there. even if they would happen to drown in the water, the drop should still get pushed into the water streams and get collected by them. And then we've got a similar setup for the creepers just for now until I've sort of built the farm, just to see what the output of it is like to determine whether or not we need to come up with another killing solution. But for now, again, just temporary storage. We've got this entire bottom area here to fill with storage, whichever way we want to go with it. And depending on how good the output of the farm is, will depend on how over the top I get with the storage. But yeah, everything's sort of in place for me to start actually building the farm now. So I've actually got a bunch of half slabs on me to start. Have I got torches on me as well? Yep, just to make sure. That's the wrong one. I actually put in an elevator to get up and down because I kept on getting stuck underneath when I was trying to build it. So if we go all the way up here. Oh my god, you know what? I am actually going to put that phone on silent. And done. So yes, as I was saying before my phone rudely interrupted us again, we want to hop down here, make sure we don't die, and then we want to get our blocks on us, and then we're going to want to get the center point. So yeah. Oh, only what I would do that. You know what, we can just nope. Oh, god, I hate this sometimes. Very cute. Can I make this jump? Yeah. One block away. How amazing is that? Okay, let's just break these. And the way we want to go with this is, say, want it to be, say about here should be fine. And then we're going to want our first block, say here. And we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then that way this is like going to be the end point where it's pushing out because the water's going to be dropping on the center point. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then center point, yep, here. 1, 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, and a 7. And then last side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then what I'm going to be doing for each of the sections is pretty much just cutting it in like so. And then this way the water will only go to the very edge and push all of the mobs off. Now obviously there is designs out there that are specifically just creeper specific. Yeah, that's a lot of specifics in one sentence. Yeah, so instead of me going that route, I actually want to be able to get hold of the string from the spiders, and if need be, if we need spiders' eyes, I do believe they're a player only drop, so we can actually get rid of that kill chamber and just use it for a manual kill chamber should we ever need spiders' eyes. I think just having a source of string and spiders' eyes, considering that I know that I came across a spider spawner at some point, but as to exactly where it is beyond my memory, to be honest with you. And we want to do this. So what I'm going to be doing, I don't know how many of these platforms I'm actually going to manage to fit in, but I'll probably be taking it up and over this as well. Depending on how many platforms it is actually, I think the surface is at Y30? Oh, maybe it's more than that. Can we get into a swimming animation just so we get out quicker? Apparently not. There we go. So this is at Y64. Yeah, see, we want to be careful because I think it's past 64 is where mobs start trying to despawn. And obviously if we're AFKing up the top here, then we're going to make sure, well, we're going to want to make sure that all the mobs are actually making it down. So, yeah, I may actually just do it to the top section here because that will still be a good few layers. Each layer is only going to be 2 blocks away from one another, so that is what, it's like 40 odd blocks, so that's like 20 plus layers, which I think should be more than enough. So yeah, I'm going to crack on, get all this done, actually get the mechanics of the farming, like the dispensers with the water buckets, which is a massive chore within itself, plus all of the observers and the timing mechanism at the top. And also I need to whack the roof on to ensure that it's permanently dark. So I need to find a way of making that look decent, especially when it comes to like the mini-map sort of view. But yeah, I'm going to get all these bits and pieces done, and I'll bring you back hopefully when I've made a massive amount of progress. Alright guys, now I have pretty much got all of the platforms in place, including all of the dispensers and the observers, which are still in my hotbar, but I came down here to try find my bed. I don't know what I've done with it. There it is. So it did take a good while, and if you spotted in the last clip, I was actually placing bottom half slabs instead of top, so don't worry, I did clock onto that pretty quickly when I tried to place torches down to keep it lit while I was working on it. I've also whacked in, I don't know if I showed this to you, if this was done beforehand or not, but got an elevator in here just so I go up and down easier. But I need to put in the redstone timing circuit for the dispensers and whatnot, but I need to be able to get up to that top platform. So, thank you. How am I going to do this? Let me take off my light overlay though. I was just making sure everything up here was well lit enough so we won't get any spawns, and I forgot to activate my light jar because it's now 1 o'clock in the morning for me. So I've actually been working on this since, I think it was 11 this morning. Can we just, come on. I just want to get up there because I need to, oh my god. There we go. I need to take out this dispenser before putting in the timer circuit because I'm going to be activating the top observer block when I place in the timer. And I didn't want that top one to activate and for it to be out of sequence. So, oh wow, I'm nearly dead. I didn't even clock that. Yes, it's very, very late for me, and if this fails for any reason, I can tell you now, I will not be fixing it tonight. I'm just hoping everything goes to plan and it all works fine. All the platforms are lit up at the moment, so obviously we're not getting any mob spawns, but let's get our redstone circuit box out. And we are going to want a bunch of repeaters, a comparator, and we would really, really like a lever. But I've not got the makings of it on me. Have we got any cobblestone in any of these boxes? You know what, rather than me look everywhere, let's just break this quickly. As long as it's not silk touch, there we go. And then we can make a lever. And cool. I should really eat again, otherwise I'm going to end up killing myself using this elytra. Okay, so what we want to do is we want 12 repeaters going one way and then 12 repeaters going the other. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we're going to want all of these on full delay. And if you're seeing this circuit to be familiar from anywhere, I watched Mumbo Jumbo's circuit that he had on the top of his last season of Hermitcraft's creeper farm. Now, I'm fairly sure that his design is very similar to mine, except for my one's sunken into the sea, so I'm using the seawater for the collection tray, and I've also got the mob sorter at the bottom. So yeah, I didn't actually watch any tutorials before doing this. I just remember from trying to do a creeper farm on bedrock, but because the spawning system's so broken on that platform that it was just impossible, regardless of where you tried to build it. Unless you created a completely spawn proof perimeter around the farm, there was no way you was getting any sort of decent spawns in it. We're going to want a repeater this end, and then we're going to want some redstone dust, please. Thank you. And then thank you. And then we're going to want this guy on subtract. And then can we just do it like that? Okay, yeah, so that's going to go all the way around. But because it's off, basically you leave it on, and then when it comes around with it in subtract mode, when it comes here, it deactivates it. And it's just basically held a long enough signal to turn the water on and off. So now we can go and try to kill ourselves by going into this platform again. Oh, come on. You know what would really be easier? Yeah, I don't know why I didn't try to just do this beforehand. We just bust a block here, and we could break one of these guys. And then we can go like so, and like so. Yep, that was a lot easier, wasn't it? Should have done that in the beginning. Hopefully that is faced the right way. Bucket of water. So hopefully when all of these get turned on, it should wash all the torches away, and then this should be working fine. And there's a lag spike. You see the frame rate drop because they're all activating. That was painful. And it turns off. feel the frames. Okay, so that is all activated. Whoa. Okay, that's a unfortunate side effect because I've got the repeaters. They're like activating and deactivating the trapdoors on the top level. But nevertheless, we're not going to really mind that at the moment. What we are going to want to do is get out of the sort of spawning range. You need to be at least 24 blocks away, so I know for a fact I'm going to be at least 24 blocks away from here. And we've got creepers, so it's a good sign, I guess. Although this guy is sort of fighting the current, dropping in. But if we manage to get another guy come in, then I'm fairly sure that guy should be nudged along. Or he'll just drop in anyway. Not too sure what sort of spawn rates we should be expecting. Sorry about that quick cut. I had someone actually knocking on my door at 1 o'clock in the morning. Absolutely ridiculous. So neighbour, apparently she needed to get her car out, but yeah, it wasn't even our car blocking it in. But thanks for knocking on our door at 1 o'clock in the morning. So we're getting a fairly decent amount of creepers. I'm fairly sure if we were to sort of light up the area a little bit more, and our local difficulty is at 3.56, so it's fairly reasonably high. We have got a spider up there. I'm just waiting for a spider to come down so now I can see. Okay, we've got a few spiders coming in now. I just want to see if the actual filter itself is going to be working. So I was carrying on. We've got a bunch of torches there sitting on the edge because obviously the water's not going all the way to the very edge. So what should happen is that, okay, when that spider's helping that guy go along, then the creeper should hopefully help the spider go through. It's usually when there's a build-up of a few spiders that they tend to then end up nudging each other through. Like this guy is just gripped to the top of the glass ceiling, I think. Come on, stop fighting the current, buddy. Just go in the hole. You know that's where you want to go. At least we know the creeper section of it's working. I'm just a little bit concerned about the spiders sort of gripping to the top there. Fighting the current. I did stress test this in the creative world to make sure that no matter how many came through, that they would end up just nudging each other through. Like that spider's just got nudged through into there, and we just got to make sure that he ends up dying and he's not going to end up crawling up any walls inside the kill chamber. Which seems to be doing the trick there. Oh, I wasn't counting on that. 2 spiders fighting for the kill chamber. Yeah, I tested the filter, but I did not test the actual kill chamber. That may be an issue, but that could easily be rectified just by expanding it to a 3x3 instead of a 2x2. They're taking damage, so eventually one will die and make room for the others. But we're getting quite a few spiders gripping to the ceiling. How can I combat that? No, they're all just staying up there. I wonder how I could combat that. Trying to think of a way. The kill chamber definitely is going to need work though. We're getting inundated with spiders and they're sort of just stockpiling in a corner. And when they climb up they can go into each other's hitboxes so they don't actually end up nudging each other. Oh, but that one did end up falling. I nudged that one a little long. A little way along. Oh, getting loads of spiders actually. I'm assuming that they're just a more frequent spawn than creepers are. But it's nice to see the creeper section of it's working. And the way it is at the moment, we can always just funnel the creepers out to do whatever with, like, whatever we want to. That makes sense, or is it just way too late for me to try talking? We can do whatever we want with them, is the correct sentence I was actually going for. But we are just getting a massive stockpile of spiders. Oh my god. I don't know how I'm meant to combat that. Is there anything that I can put up there? I would put water up there to just sort of drown them, but it'll drop down onto where the creepers stream is dragging them to. Well, yeah, it looks like I'm probably going to leave it here for tonight, and then tomorrow when I finally get up, because I'm absolutely shattered at the moment, I'll definitely have a look at a way of stopping them from crawling into the corners like that. I'm going to have to turn it off to test out some things. I'm going to have to try and get rid of that stockpile. I might just try upside down stairs along that top ridge, because I know that they can't climb up, which means they won't be able to get stuck in a corner. And at least this way we'll have sort of a... Oh my god, the amount of spiders is just insane. That one is going to end up drowning, so... That's one good thing about inside there, that they can't actually climb up the back walls or anything. This one should hopefully start drowning. Yeah, so he's taken tick damage now from drowning. Yeah, I'm going to leave it here for tonight. I'm going to try out a couple of different little fixes. We've got bats in there as well. I don't know what to do with them. But yeah, I guess I'll catch you back tomorrow morning, hopefully when I've ironed out some of the details of this. Alright then guys, so now the following day, and I've been trying to figure this out for the better part of around about another 6 hours. As you can see, we've got quite a mess of spiders and creepers up there. Now, as you can probably see on the mini-map in the top right, I've been lighting up all of the caves that I could possibly find around me. And so we're getting quite decent spawn rates here. Now, what I've also done is cleared out the back section where we was filtering out the spiders. Because they just kept on climbing to the top, I've decided to try my best to use their climbing against them. And by my testing, it works the majority of the time. So I've lowered the ceiling. This is the first time I've lowered the ceiling, so I'm going to have to unload all of these to get them to despawn and then come back, because trying to break that with all of these creepers and spiders there is just, no, not going to happen. So what was happening as spiders were coming down, they were sort of getting caught up into this water stream, and only a few of them were filtering through into the back. So what I've ended up doing is just put some cactus up here, so where they climb and go to the corners over this side, stupid squid, they die, the drops then fall down here onto this little bit of glass usually. Some of them will land in between the cactuses, some of them will be destroyed by the cactuses, but as we don't need a insane amount of string, it's not necessary for me to be extremely efficient regarding their killing method. As long as we get rid of them and able to filter out the creepers, for I've obviously got plans for them later on in another project that I'm going to need easy access to high quantities of them. So we've got a hopper minecart moved forward to this little section here, just doing its rounds. And yeah, I sort of tried my best to tidy it up as much as I can. And we've got the ladder here, because the amount of times I've gone in there, I've died about 4 times to creeper explosions as well. So let me quickly get up this way, fly away, and then fly back in. And I've actually got the spawning radius, so when I was out caving, we can actually get rid of that. Can we get rid of that? This one? Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, so that is just so I knew exactly where the spawning radius around the actual player of my location in there. So when I was out caving, I knew exactly not to go too far off, because when you start caving you get proper disorientated, but when you come up to like the blue wall, then you know not to sort of go past or bother lighting up past that point. Obviously you can light up a little bit past that point, because it's still going to improve the efficiency, but not too overly worry about it. Now if we can quickly get down here before everything starts spawning again, because the farm's not even turned on, that's just them naturally wandering down. Can we find the way in and out? Well, it would be like the last side that I actually go to. I'm hoping to be able to get up there and bust that ceiling before a bunch of creepers and spiders start spawning. Come on. So we did get rid of them all, but we have already got creepers there. You know what I could probably do is, if we just sort of create a platform over this way, like so. Then we could probably bust this out bit by bit. I only done it so then I could easily work where I was. Okay, I may have to go around to the other side as well, though. Yeah, get lost, spider. And like a salt. Okay. And we get this one. Is that all of it? No, we've still got one more block over that way, haven't we? So let's just... Oh, what? It's so hard trying to place the glass because trying to see the hitboxes is a little bit tedious at times. Well, we've got that little section done. Just bust all of these. Make sure there's no spawnable spots. I'm not going to put a light up here because I'm not sure if it will drag up to the actual farm and prevent some spawning spots. But we are going to have to go to this side and get up there in order to take out that last little section. Okay, yeah, see that one over there is dying. Then once that one dies, that one will sort of move further along that way, I do believe. There we go. Yeah, so that's all working alright. Just got to make sure the creepers are still making their way over to the kill chamber. And we're not really going to be able to tell until we've turned back on the farm. That's what I wanted to go for. We just I think we need one more. Yeah. Okay, that should be that done. And then we should now be able to go and switch on the farm without a risk of a creeper explosion. I did actually die in there when a creeper fell down, and obviously spawning back my bed was blocked because I've been moving my bed as I go back and forth. Okay, we've got Wandering Trader up here. And the good thing about it is that when I did die, I was proper panicked because I died and it was creeper exploded in that water section where all the glass is. I thought, oh, it's going to be such a mess to have to go back and redo it all because creeper explosions just absolutely wreck glass. If you're worrying about my frame rate dropping there, it's purely because I'm within like viewing distance of the dispensers. Once you're down here, it's not too bad. Wow, the rates are insane. That could just be because we were here working on it and they all sort of built up on the platforms. The spiders are all dying where they're meant to be dying. All the creepers dropping into their death tube. The only thing is that obviously we're not killing them as quickly as we could be. If we just had a drop section here straight into a sort of water stream all going onto magma blocks, they would die a lot quicker than sort of getting bundled up here. But I really wanted to separate the creepers from the spiders, which seems to be working, so I'm happy about that. The only thing that's getting really annoying are these stupid bats. The amount of them that are spawning down here is just insane. Okay, so spiders, are you all dying where you're meant to be dying? When I view up that way, my frame rate drops. If I'm viewing down here, fine, perfect frames. Up here, it's dropping down to 30. Yeah, I dropped down to around about 30 frames and it gets a little bit jittery. All these spiders are sort of making their way along and dying on there. And then the string should... yeah, that little corner section is unfortunately not covered. I can probably expand the rail and move the chest over by one. But so far it looks alright. Okay, yep. All the creepers are still making their way over there. We do have like brief sections where I won't get many spawns. And it'll be like 1 or 2 minutes and then all of a sudden just a massive flood of them comes in. Now there is another issue I'm running into. If you can see that little silhouette through the water there, spiders are making their way up the cascading waterfall coming in, but it's not too much of a worry because after a while they give up and they just end up falling down. But obviously they're taking up some of the mob cap, so we're not getting as many coming here as quickly as we possibly could. If I stopped the water from coming down from the top and just done a water at the bottom, then it would obviously be a lot more efficient because they wouldn't be able to reach the glass in order to climb up the sides. But I'm not overly worried about that. I just wanted a functional farm that obviously gave us the gunpowder we need, and we are actually getting it in pretty decently. Let's see what we're getting in this one. We're getting some gunpowder, so I think some of the creepers are obviously getting caught within the cactus when they're getting bumped along. They're probably glitching into the block, but the majority of them are coming down here. which is all happy days because we're getting tons of gunpowder, which we need. Glass, thank you. Yeah, so I'm quite happy with the way this turned out. Obviously this is definitely going to be the end of the episode for me, and I think next episode we're going to work on sorting out a storage system for this area, and then obviously tidying up this room a bit. So that way, if we're working over here, then obviously we're going to leave the farm running and get the sort of resources while being over here. And because I am the currently only one on, we're getting the full mob captures for us. So hopefully you have enjoyed today's episode. Hopefully it's been more pleasure watching it for you than it has been stressful working on it for me, because it's been well over at least about 18 hours over here now doing this, and I'm quite happy with the way it's turned out, and the amount of torch spamming I had to do in them caves is unreal. Yeah, but hopefully you enjoyed the episode either way, and hopefully I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.